Hello and welcome back to Planet Immo. Guess what? I haven't filmed for this channel for 5 days. There's a good reason for that as well. So, it's supposed to be my first proper week this week in uni. It's now Friday. I haven't been a single day and I'm not there today. So, what happened? Well, I filmed my shopping vlog on Sunday and then I came home and I was dutiful, doing my flute practice and everything, and I was feeling iller and iller and iller, and then I thought, I can't practice, I'm too ill. I'll just go and do something a bit more light duties-ish, and I went up and was doing something on my laptop and I thought, I feel too ill to do this as well. And next thing, being sick, violently, and that went on throughout the night then, and I don't know, I suppose by 12 or 1 midday, the D&V side of things were settling down a bit. I felt absolutely wretched. I was just catnapping with the hall light on and the door open throughout the night and just going back and forth to the bathroom all night. I haven't been that ill with a bug since I was pregnant with my daughter, so it's 20 years ago. I don't get stomach bugs very often. My boyfriend had one, but he wasn't sick, like sick. But he was ill, but not for as long as me. So anyway, I mean, he had a day in bed, which is very unusual for him, and he was a few days ahead of me. So I presumed I caught it off him, but I didn't present the same. But that said, I was proper run down. Starting uni with a cold, I was like, oh no, I can't believe I got ill right before uni. Start uni, run down with those 3 gigs, and one of them being a real late one. I knew I was going to be wrecked by the end of that week. I just thought, well, I'm just going to have to push through. Well, anyway, so the next week 2 was in bed pretty much. I mean, I've been on light duties, I'd say, this week. I haven't left the house. I've been isolating more than just the 48 hours after those symptoms stopped, because I still felt queasy all week. And I researched online, and the consensus was, if you're still feeling queasy, and you can isolate, please do, kind of thing. So I have been, but I wouldn't have been well enough to go out. Anyway, I'm really hoping now. I know it's counterintuitive to think that starting uni can in any form mean getting more rest, but in some ways it might, because I think when I'm self-employed, I am self-employed, being self-employed, I think I need to just keep working all the time. But when some external structure is imposed on you, you get on time and you get off time. And I wonder if sort of psychologically I'm going to find it easier to just take a rest now and then, because it's so important for all of us. It's so important. The Sabbath is a thing for a reason. I haven't not worked on a Sunday. I don't know. Well, if I'm with somebody and we're doing a leisure activity together, then I'll do that. And I'm very happy to do that. But if I'm on my own, I just crack on, don't I? Because I feel like I need to just get ahead. Right, anyway, so I'm going to try and be a good girl and not do that so much. Anyway, so I've had a week of a lot of rest. So yeah, so that's my week. That's how that's gone. That's my little chatty update. This is doing much better, I think, though. Right, so I was doing online research about it, because I've been, seeing a few vlogs where other people have repeated cold sores, and there's no mention of impetigo, but I've been like, that looks a bit like what I have, So I did a bit of further research online, and I think, although I think I have had impetigo in the past, I think I'm getting cold sores, because the blisters are clustered. Now, according to my research, the bullous impetigo, which I was initially diagnosed with by a GP, and maybe it was then, I can't remember, it's like so long ago, it's probably 15, 16 years ago, so it's so long ago, I don't know if I was misdiagnosed or if that was the correct diagnosis, and now this has gone on to be a red herring, or it's been a red herring, I'm not quite with it still, I'm still a bit weak and was. Yeah, so the cold sores, apparently, according to my internet research, are clusters of blisters. You start with a tingling, 2 days or whatever, tingling, and then the blisters form. They are clear fluid filled, not yellowy. If it's impetigo, it's yellow. Mine have been clear fluid. I've read all the thingy. I don't have yellow oozing with this one. I have in the past, so I definitely have had impetigo in the past, but this time it's cold sores, and it's very like what I have been having recurring. And they live in your system, according to my research, and when you get run down, out it pops. But apparently there's a course of antiviral treatment that you can get from your GP, acyclovir tablets, which my daughter actually got put on, and she took a course of those, but she had to stop them early because she was having other issues, and her dermatologist felt that she should come off them before she completed it. She still gets flare-ups, but nowhere near as bad as I do. She'd had one right before I came on with it, so I assumed I caught it off her this time, but maybe not. Maybe I was run down with my cold, and boom, out it came. So that's a course of action I can take. I can make an appointment with the GP to see about that. And I need to about the asthma anyway, because I definitely need an inhaler. I need to look into that now. It's an ongoing problem at the moment. Anyway, funnily enough, the asthma completely went while I was, you know, in the height of my bug. It's like the immune system was busy dealing with that and not causing the asthma. It's very strange. Anyway, so that's my health update over with. The good side of me being home all week and not going to uni was I missed all the rail replacement buses, which would have been furthermore exhausting for me, because I would have had to, if I was going to do any editing, I would have had to have done it as well as that. Plus the time would have been extended for the travel every day, and I get sick on buses, not physically sick, but I feel nauseous, and I just have to look out the window the whole time, and it's way longer than the train journey. So I missed all that, so that was good. The other thing is I got into the orchestra. I got into the contemporary music ensemble, and as I mentioned earlier, I'm already in the gamelan and the pop group thingy, but as a tech person, so got into everything I wanted to get into. So that's good news. The orchestra might be a bit of a pressure, because you have to be at the rehearsals and the concerts, because there's no getting away from it. There's one person per part. So let's see how long I stay in that for. It should be good for at least the first term. But I think realistically, if bookings are going to clash with things, I need to look into that and review that situation later on. This is a very calm update for me, isn't it? It's just I'm not up to my full energy level yet. My timetable will be settling down now. It was manic in the first week. I'm doing this part-time student, not full-time. That said, I have been told there's a lot of contact hours. And in fact, if the contact hours are what they said, it's more than my daughter's contact hours she had when she was full-time, plus obviously expected practice as well. But that said, don't think I'm going to be in every day of the week. I thought I was going to be in 3 days, and then I realised another one popped in. I'm getting all my bits of timetable from different sources. Some of them are coming in lectures, and I'm handwriting them down, and they're in my notes, and some of them are being emailed to me, and some of them are on a sort of learning central thing on the intranet, but not everything timetable for me is on there, and there's optional modules. They're not optional. I've got to choose an option out of things. I have to do one of them, kind of thing. So I think I've accidentally chosen too many. I think I sent a few doolally emails earlier in the week, so I need to go back and check, see what I've written and rectify. I think I've chosen too many modules. I think I'm supposed to choose one, and for some reason I chose two. So I need to sort that out. I accidentally hit reply all on the orchestra thingy. I was trying to just send a discreet private email to the person running it to say that I couldn't be in because I'd had vomiting and more. And a day later, a sad emoji reply came from somebody I didn't know, and I looked, I was like, oh my gosh, I sent it to the person I meant to, and 51 others. So that's an embarrassing start, isn't it? Anyway, what else? Yeah, so this week I haven't fallen behind with my studies, because you can watch the lectures online. Attendance is mandatory at the lectures. However, they literally put a register around, and I know because I watched the online lecture, and they were saying, right, we're going to pass a register around, everybody sign it. It's like, oh, there's no getting away from that then. You see, when IB did his degree, he bunked off nearly all the lectures because he was running a business full time, and he was just doing the whole thing with the online resources, and he still did very well at it. Still got himself a first. That's why I'll never get a first. But anyway, no bunking off these, but I did bunk off it actually, and I watched the lecture online, and it was really good. It's great because you get the slides on one screen that, you know, are up on the PowerPoint presentation. You get the lecturer in a little window, and you can change the size of the windows. You can switch them around. You can have one bigger than the other if you want to. And you can play it back at slower or faster if you want. So if you think they're talking a bit slow, you can speed them up a bit and invigorate yourself back into, you know, if you're zoning out because it's a bit slow, you can speed it up. If it's going a bit too fast and you're trying to take notes, you can pause it and replay sections, which you obviously can't do live. So it's great to know that that exists, because even if I go to a lecture in person and I didn't quite catch everything, I can go back and watch it live again. So I'm really pleased about that. Of course, when I went in the 90s, we didn't have anything like that. It was just paper notes, and that was it. No catching up unless you nicked your mate's notes and tried to go through theirs. I've got a gig tomorrow, and that's going to be my first time I will have played my flute. I will try and like have a little half-hour blow through. I'm not even playing it today because I still feel so wobbly, and if I exert myself too much, I need to have a little lie down. But I think I'm feeling the best today. Every day I've felt progressively improved. I'm just not up to full steam yet. I have a gig tomorrow, yeah, I just said that, didn't I? And I've got some thank yous, and if I wait till I'm actually buying the coffees that I've been given the buy me a coffees for, the thank you won't go out for ages, so I'm going to do them now. Thank you very much to Sonia and Zoe for the buy me a coffee donations for coffee, and thank you very much to Cadwyn for the PayPal donation for coffee and cake. So I shall make sure to have coffee and cake at some point. Anyway, right, I'm going to get on now and sort my day out and decide what I'm going to do, and then continue vlogging. And this was the longest intro I've done. Oh my god, this intro is like a vlog length already. Hopefully I cut it down. I'm going to make myself a little soup for breakfast. I've just been cleaning up the kitchen, sorting that out, so I'm going to put garlic, some potatoes, I don't know if I put that many, some ginger, some of this air fryer spice. I think I got that from Home Bargains for a bargain price. I've only just opened it really, because I had other mixed herbs to use, so it was really cheap. Black peppercorns, vegetable stock cubes, tin of red kidney beans, some protein, some courgette, some cabbage, and some of these manky tomatoes that are coming off my bushes still. I've been living on soup for days. The soup maker has been coming into its own, I tell you. I think I might have slightly pushed it over the max line a little bit. Fingers crossed. I've got about 5 minutes to go on this. It's smelling much more tasty than my last soup I've been eating for days on end, because I batch cooked and then just put it in the fridge once it had cooled down in pots, you know. And I'm just living on that and toast really for the most part. But yeah, every so often it suddenly goes zzzz and it frightens the living daylights out of you. There it is, all souped up. There we go on breakfast. It is lunchtime, yeah, it's 5 to 12, but that's my first bit of food of the day. I'm having a bit of bread and butter with it, and usually I don't normally eat bread and butter, but I bought it for sandwiches, and of course I didn't eat them, so I've been eating buttered toast and things this week. So I ate lunch, I felt really tired. I'm finding that when I eat, I'm not eating very much at the moment yet, but when I do it, I'm absolutely wiped out afterwards. So I did do a bit of editing actually of what I filmed, because that's just like really not taxing for me. I can sit in bed with my laptop and I'm just really chilled out doing it, so I don't find that hard. So I did that because it was like the easiest thing I could do. But I'm gonna try and get back on my laptop now in bed and work through this online module I'm supposed to be working through, and I've been chipping away at it all week actually. Chippity chip chip chip. It's really long. It said 2 hours on it, but I'm sure I've spent more than 2 hours on it. But then I have been a bit like blah and taking my time over it. It's all about pretty much living together as part of a community in the university, not living, but you know, interacting, getting the best out of each other, supporting each other. And so it's about equality, diversity, different learning styles. It's really, really in depth. I'm loath to talk about it because I'll miss so much of it out. I'll give a warped view of it, but no, it's it's thought-provoking actually. It's a lot more in depth than I was expecting. It really is. There's a lot of stuff to read, or you can download an audio version of it, which I'm doing because I just find that easier. There's lots of, I don't know, diagrams and pictures, videos to watch, and little interactive activities. And I think at the end of it, there's quite a bit of writing to do as well. So I haven't reached that bit yet, but I'm going to crack on with that now anyway and speak to you when I've finished that. Okay, sometime later, I have now finally finished, after all week chipping away at this, my equality, diversity and inclusion awareness training. And I thought it was very good actually. I was expecting like a quick 20-minute thing. I didn't realise it was going to take me a week. But that said, it was very in-depth. It really went into sort of our unconscious biases and unconscious things that influence our snap decisions, how we deal with different people differently just based on that, what they look like, for example. No, but it went into a lot more depth than that. It talked about all the different support services available at the university as well as a big part of it. It talked about, you know, what's the word? Forgotten already. No, I know the concept. The concept of, I'm going to have to flip and check, intersectionality, which is basically all the different types of things that we can all have that people can be prejudiced about. For example, disabilities, our gender, our age, being a mother, for example, like people that are not parents yet might see you in a different way and have different expectations of you. You know, all these different things that we've all got because we're all from different backgrounds, you know, the types of families that we come from, all sorts of things. So it talks about all these little unconscious biases that we all live with. Yeah, no, it was very thought-provoking and useful exercise to have done, and probably quite a good way for everybody to start on this sort of footing together moving forward. So yeah, I got a thumbs up from me. I wasn't expecting it. It's about 20 to 4 now. I'm actually having hot chocolate with oat milk. Can you believe it? I never have hot chocolate, but since having this bug, well, I didn't have coffee for days and days and days, and I reintroduced it yesterday with like totally decaf, and so I haven't had a tiny pinch of caffeinated in it this morning. I needn't have bothered. And I know there is a bit of caffeine in hot chocolate. I presume it's less than coffee. I don't actually know. So I just had a sip of that, and that's just what the doctor ordered. I'm going to sit at the table now with my iPad because I've got a little preparation task. It's like my last bit of homework, really, that I've got to do for uni. And I'm not even sure if it is homework, but we've been asked to be prepared to discuss a set topics in a seminar coming up next week. And so I'm just going to make some notes on it, make sure I can, I suppose. I don't know what else to do. Well, I finished that. It's quite thought-provoking. I spent ages on it, actually. I was very calm and relaxed because I knew I just didn't have anything else to do apart from like strenuous stuff that I'm not doing. I did actually clean a bit of the bathroom earlier, and I got sort of like, I noticed a bit of dirt around the window frames. So I was like all cleaning up. I put my tiptoes doing around the edge. I don't know how so much dirt comes in with the rain. It must be dirty rain or something, but where it comes in, it leaves all dirty residue. So I was doing that earlier. I'm cleaning around the toilet again. Can't be too careful with these bugs going around, can you? Anyway, what else was I doing? Putting laundry away whilst listening to the module, because I had it on audio anyway. So I was thinking, I just so fidgety, I'm just sitting here. I could be folding these pants up and putting them away. So I did, and that worked quite well actually. So see, fitting it all in. Anyway, yeah, I enjoyed doing that. Nice thought-provoking bit of brainstorming. A lot of it was about how roles of musicians were when I was growing up, how they are now, how they've changed. So because I'm one of the older ones probably in the group, well, definitely in the group, I'm going to have a bigger change. Now your skills are sort of, you know, promoting yourself on social media. We didn't have social media. We did make our own flyers and we went out and leafleted by hand near the venues that we would be gigging at when I was 16 years old. But we certainly didn't have Instagram. So I think musicians today have got to be prepared to get a lot of horrible, nasty comments on their social media, so they got to somehow cope with that. I know I have an insight into that one, as you may imagine. Oh gosh, the wider audience. It's only such a small fraction of hate that you get from people, but the bigger the number, obviously, the bigger the number of haters you're going to get. It's just, even though the fraction stays the same, the number goes up. Anyway, what else was I going to say? I don't know what to do with myself. I'm not very good at resting, but I must, because I want to be good. This is what I'm going to focus on, being really well for my gig tomorrow and just really enjoying it. I might do some puzzle. I haven't finished it. It's rolled up because my daughter was doing some sewing with the sewing machine yesterday. So, and then it all jammed up, I think. Oh no, it's there. It's there. It all jammed up then. She watched a million YouTube videos to try and fix it and couldn't. So I gave the number of the sewing machine technician and said, right, if you can't fix it or do it with any advice from anybody you know, ring him up, get him over to service the machine, give you a hand and I'll pay for it. But actually, we do know a friend. I've said, why didn't you give so-and-so a call? Because she'll be glad to advise, because she's very experienced with sewing machine, so she may do that yet. But knowing my daughter, she'll put it to one side and forget about it. She's gone out for the day anyway with a friend. Right, I'm rambling on. Right, I've still got this blooming cough. All right, I'm gonna do some puzzle and listen to some YouTube videos that are chatty ones. Oh, actually, I'm having more soup first. I forgot about eating. Look, it's bubbling. It's that hot. It's just come out of the microwave. Oh, that was a bit spooky looking at it. Oh, there's another one. It's like volcanic flipping lava, isn't it? I think need to leave that a little while before I have any. Unless I put some oat milk in it or something. Hey, there we go. Hey, I managed some cheese in that soup for the first time. Yay! Getting there. Right, this is the puzzle before. So let's see how far I get now. I'm going to have a real binge, I think. I'm actually going to try a bit of chocolate as well. I must be on the up. This is the last bit that I bought from Lidl in my first week of uni last week. And I was Googling earlier how much caffeine is in chocolate, so I was just curious. And apparently there's the least amount of caffeine in white chocolate because it's, what, cocoa butter? I think he said it was. Several hours later. Literally, it's about 9:15 right now. No, it's not, it's 7:45. I'm actually a bit chilly. 10 to 8 actually. I'm actually a bit chilly. And I'm going to put the heating on in a minute. I am, once I get off camera. Oh, blimey, I've got cold sitting really, really still, I think. But I'm continuing to feel better. I feel up to cooking a meal tonight for the first time, a proper meal other than just chucking stuff in the soup maker. So yay, I've just warned my daughter. I've said, are you hungry? Because my mama feels like she's up to cooking at last. So I'm going to do a simple just pasta, and really simple pasta and tomato dish for dinner tonight to ease myself back into proper meals again. Good, I feel ready for this. It's funny because it's a Friday night and it's completely quiet and I'm on my own, and I don't know, not that I go out clubbing or anything on a Friday night, I don't know, I normally have more of a, I don't know, end of the weekish feel, and I don't know why, because I gig Saturdays and quite often Fridays anyway. It feels weird, like I'm just like this. Anyway, I enjoyed my puzzle stint. I did, I might do some more later. Anyway, thank you very much for watching today's video. Do feel free to give it a like if you liked it, as I always say. And also, as always, I'll put up a playlist up here somewhere in case you'd like to watch some more videos from me right now. Subscribe if you like to. If you don't know, subscribing doesn't cost anything on YouTube. I know there are some people that don't know what subscribing is, because some of my friends say, I don't know what that is. But basically, you know, like on Facebook, you have an account, you set up an account and you have your profile. You can do that on YouTube as well, you see. It's completely free. I think you might need a Gmail email address. You can always set one up if you don't have one. Last time I set up one, you had to have a Gmail address specifically. Anyway, that's it. And then once you're signed in and you're logged in, you know, very much like when you're on Facebook and you're logged in, then you can like videos or unlike them, dislike them. And you can also subscribe, and then there's a thing called a subscription feed. And when you click on that, all the channels that you're subscribed to, all their latest uploads in date order, newest at the top, will appear before your very eyes like magic. Anyway, so that's what subscribing is. Anyway, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!